I came to one of the 4 Cremo buildings. It looked so like a big bakery, which is concerning. From below ground in the gas room, we tinmen had to take out the pipes and fans for ventilating. This was a factory to make 1, 2, 3 ashes and smoke from all what came here. So there was an underground dressing room, an underground gas chamber, and then ovens above it. Okay, you can see that there was a dressing room here. This is where everyone would undress. Okay, a room for melting gold fillings and a corpse lift. And then there was, this was the gas chamber here. This is more of like an aerial view. They had ovens here that all led out to this chimney. There was a coal storage. And this was how, this is crematorium 2 and how it was kind of built and set up. Special prisoners worked here separate. They got better bread, but each few months they also were sent up the chimney. One from them showed me everything how it was. People believed really it was a place for showers, so they were told. They came to a big room to undress their clothes. What looked so? Yes, here is a place so like they say. If I saw a couple of months before how it was all arranged here, only one time I could see it. So they even had little signs here saying, tie your shoes together, remember your hook number, you're gonna get your clothing back. And again, this was part of it. This is part of the reason why people didn't revolt before they got there. They couldn't imagine this taking place, and therefore they couldn't even fight their way out. And everybody crowded inside into the shower room. The door closed hermetic and the lights turned dark. Zyklon B, a pesticide, dropped into hollow column. So the pesticide comes in from the top, and then it would disperse through the shower. It was between 3 and 30 minutes. It depended how much gas they put, but soon was everybody any more alive. The biggest pile of bodies lay right next to the door where they tried to get out. The guys who work there, he told me, we pulled the bodies apart with hooks, big piles, with the strongest on top, older ones and babies crushed below. Often their skulls were smashed. Their fingers were broken from trying to climb up the walls, and sometimes their arms were as long as their bodies, pulled from their sockets. Enough. I didn't want to hear any more, but anyway, he told me. They pulled the bodies with an elevator up to the ovens, many ovens, and to each one they burned 2 or 3 at a time. To such a place finished my father, my sisters, my brothers, so many. What are they doing over there? Digging trenches in case the Russians attack? Trenches, ha! Those are giant graves they're filling in. It started in May and went on all summer. They brought Jews from Hungary, too many for their ovens, so they dug those big cremation pits. The holes were so big, like the swimming pool of the Pines Hotel here. Let me try that one more time. The holes were big, so like the swimming pool of the Pines Hotel here. And the train after train of Hungarians came. And those what finished in the gas chambers before they got pushed in these graves, it was the lucky ones. The others had to jump in the graves while they were still alive. Prisoners that worked there poured gasolines over the live ones and the dead ones. And the fat from the burning bodies they scooped and poured again so everyone could burn better. Again, this is a clip from earlier, but again, it shows why this is a better graphic novel than it is a story. Having the pictures to go along with it's important, and having this idea that they're not really human kind of makes it easier for us to understand and to witness something like this. If those actual burning bodies, it would be very concerning. It's not fun to think about. Okay, number 21. We're going to talk about number 21 and 22 right now. Number 21, before liberation of the camps, Nazi soldiers destroyed the crematoriums, trying to cover up the extermination of Jews, and pretending the concentration camps were work camps. How did Vladek's memory help prove these things happened in the camps? That's kind of all that we talked about. He was able to explain with detail, in accuracy, how the gas chambers looked, how the crematoriums looked, and how it all worked. He even had firsthand knowledge and witnessed everything that took place. So he is part of the people that are putting this puzzle together. Number 22, Vladeck recites most information about Auschwitz with little emotion. What does this show you about trauma and how it affects people? Again, he really doesn't say too much. He doesn't say that he's crying or upset during reciting all this information. And even in the sex panel, he tells us how people were being burned alive in a pit. Next panel already says Jesus, and then Vladeck says, it's 2:30. Look how the time is flying, and it's still so much to do today. Just doesn't really compute to him. So what does this tell us about the way people handle trauma and the way that people kind of put their feelings in a box? This is also about 30 to 40 years after the camps were liberated. It's been a long time. So it could be that Vladeck has had a lot of time to kind of suppress it. It could be that he has no emotion left. Sometimes survivors try not to dwell on the past too much. If you know of anyone who has survived a traumatic experience, sometimes they grieve differently. They put their feelings aside from how they're actually feeling, just to kind of make it through the day. If Vladeck continued to focus on his anger and his pain, he may not have had a functioning life. We see how he is hoarding matches, being stingy, not, paying for getting into the Pines Hotel, constantly nagging his son and just saying all these things. It takes a lot on a person. So we have a couple more pages to read. I just want to go through it very quickly. It's dishes to clean, dinner to defrost, and my pills I haven't counted yet. I don't get it. Why didn't the Jews at least try to resist? It wasn't so easy like you think. Everyone was starving and frightened and tired. They couldn't believe even what's in front of their eyes. And the Jews lived always with hope. They hoped the Russians could come before the German bullets arrived from the gun into their head. And oops, crash. Oi, you see how my head is? It's my favorite dish, now broken. It's only a dish. Why didn't they try to just take one Nazi with them? In some spots, people did fight. But you can kill maybe one German before they kill fast 100 from you. Then it's everyone's dead. And this way, it was also everyone dead. No? Don't throw away. I can glue still together that plate. I guess I'll do the dishes now. No, you can defrost out the turkey legs. You only would break the rest of my plates. That night, he's asleep at last. It's amazing how hard it is to spend a whole day with him. He just radiates so much tension. Poor guy. I guess he's worse than usual because of Mala. Nah, he's always that way. It's one of the reasons she did run off. Do you think they'll get back together? I sure hope so. Otherwise, he's our responsibility, and I don't think I can take him for too much longer. Ooh, what's that noise? Oh, nothing, just Vladeck. He's moaning in his sleep again. When I was a kid, I thought that was the noise all grown-ups made when they slept. It's so peaceful here at night. It's almost impossible to believe Auschwitz ever happened. Ouch. These damn bugs are eating me alive. Me too. Come on, let's go inside and read. It's getting kind of chilly out anyways. And that is the end of chapter 2. So, moving forward, make sure you answer your questions, and I'll give more instructions on the reading and all the other fun things we have planned. Bye, guys!